Welcome. Erev Tov. Good evening to our nightly meeting as we gather together in virtual space to count the Omer, to measure these steps that we're taking, these 49 steps from Pesach to Shavuot, from first grains to first fruits, from liberation to revelation. And we will start by taking some breaths and grounding ourselves in the present moment as we prepare to continue the count. And so we bless. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al svirat haomer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign spirit of the universe, who brings us holiness with the mitzvot and connects to us with the counting of the Omer. Hayom, 13 yom, shehem shavuo echad, v'shisha yamim ba'omer. Today is 13 days, which is 1 week and 6 days of the Omer. Yesod Shebegavura, a day of foundation in a week of strength. And as you can see by this calendar, we're coming to the end of this second week of the Omer, of this week of strength. And the penultimate day of each week is a day of foundation. And this week, we've been looking at strength in the aspect of time. Because it seems that time, we don't realize the strength of time until it is disrupted. And we've all had our routines and our time and what we expect, it's disrupted. Something that's very foundational to us. We do this at this time. We do this on this day. Our kids go to school. We go to work. We have different things we do in different times and different days. And all of that kind of got blown up. But time still has this strong pull. It carries us through. And I am reminded of why this Omer is so important to me. Because it is this integral part of the sacred Jewish calendar, of the time that I spiral through each year. And I am appreciative of the stopping points along the way that have nothing to do with when I work and when I eat and when I have to go to the doctor or when I have to go to this meeting or that one. It has its own flow, and it's a flow of mindfulness. And as we carve out space for it, it can give us a foundation when ours feels like it may be crumbling. And on this day of foundation, which this year falls on Earth Day, I am especially feeling the tie of our sacred calendar to nature, and ultimately to who we are in nature. Because the Jewish calendar and the complexity of the Jewish calendar comes from its mix of both solar and lunar. We mark our months by the lunar calendar. We start our months in the new moon. We are grounded in the middle of the month. I don't need a calendar to tell me it's the middle of the month. I look and see the full moon. I know where we are. It's a grounding, a foundation that I don't need any meaning to tell me. And yet, because of our roots as an agricultural nation, we can't go solely by the lunar. Because if we do that, we would have 13 months and holidays would shift. And Pesach, which I keep saying, the first grains, or Shavuot, Yom HaBikurim, which celebrates the first fruits, could end up in winter. And that's not who we are. That's not foundational to who we were. And so they mix this solar and lunar calendar in a cycle that I've studied. I don't know if I totally understand. I can teach some of it, and some of it is always surprising to me. But it grounds us in who we are. For we work the earth, and we watch the sun and the moon. And we have a foundation that is always there for us. You know, once on a yoga retreat, I led a Havdalah using Marcia Fox's liturgy, which is genderless. And as someone described, was very earth-centered. Talked about separation of the day and the night and where we go. And after this Havdalah ceremony, one of my fellow yoginis came up to me and she was surprised. She said, you know, I never realized that Judaism was such an earth-centered religion. But yes, we are. And that's another place where our agricultural roots can take us. Because we may not all till the soil, but we follow the flow of the earth. And we keep that in mind as we travel through the year. And we use that as a true foundation rather than artificial demarcations. And so, on this day of foundation, in this week of strength, in this second week, towards the end of the second week of this Omer, in the month or however long it's been that we've been upended in time and space, how wonderful is it that we have this foundation that says, no, you're not upended. You know that we have to watch those grains and see how they develop. And then we see the buds of the first fruits, and they will come. That we do travel through these 49 steps. That we have these very, very specific intentions that we can use. That we have our own calendar that keeps us going, not just with days, but with ways to think about the world each of those days, to keep us moving forward. Because while sometimes it may feel like time stops, time is stronger than all of us. It will keep going. And we keep going forward with it. Laila Tov, I wish you a meaningful Earth Day. Maybe think about the foundation of time and how that affects us in nature. And I will see you tomorrow.